Welcome to the unraveling of the scripture shave. You ever heard of constructions so grand they defy logic? Monuments built with unimaginable wealth structures that challenge time that hide secrets science still cannot explain. Bible speaks of the man. Each one carries a hidden mysterious messagia truth that few dare to investigate. You will embark on a journey through 5 of the most incredible biblical constructions. The secrets they conceal. Stay alert, because the last one will challenge everything you thought you knew. Are you ready to explore the mysteries that unite faith, history, and archaeology? Then prepare yourself. What you are about to witness may change your perspective on the past and the future. Let's begin. Have you ever imagined building a massive ship without cranes, without electric saucinely, wood calloused hands, and unshakable faith? That's exactly what Noah did in a time of chaos and corruption. God chose one man for an impossible mission to build a colossal refuge, save his family and every living creature from a global flood. Picture this: Noah receives the divine order cuts, wood carves, joints builds, compartments years, passenger, the burning sun facing, Makiri Doubtant, the burden of preserving God's creation's ark was no simple boat, 450 feet long, 75 feet wide, 45 feet high, size of a modern cargo ship, hull made of gopher. Wooden coated with pitch to resist the water. Show did he achieve this without advanced tools? How did he gather and organize the animals? And above all, is there really a flood capable of covering mountains? Myth or reality? Geologists have found evidence of a massive flood in Mesopotamia thousands of years, Agassiz merging vast regions, giving rise to the legend. But there's Marin 1959, a Turkish pilot flying over Mount Ararat, spotted a strange formation shaped like a ship's hull. Since then, expeditions have found petrified wooden geological structures. Res Bingle, a massive vessel. Bet the world still asks us, it truly Noah's Ark? Science debates. Feth remains unshaken, imaging standing before a city surrounded by colossal walls, Impenetrable, to withstand any Ark Jericho, oldest city on earth. But the walls didn't fall to battering rams or explosivus or war machinisty, fell to the sound of trumpets and cries of faith. According to the Bibleth, Israelites marched around the Sidonians a day in complete silence for 6 days. In the 7th day they marched 7 times, blew the trumpets and shouted as Oni, and the walls came crumbling down. Impossible. In the 1950s, British archaeologist Kathleen Kenyon excavated Jericho. What she found shocked the world: a massive wall collapsed sudden life from the inside out, and hard off walls typically fall outward from external attacks, but Jericho's walls fell inward just as the Bible said. Coincidence? Some scientists suggest an earthquake caused the collapse. But how could Joshua and the Israelites have known exactly when it would happen? And why at the exact moment trumpets sounded? Could this be one of those moments where faith and now imagine a temple so grand its walls were covered in pure gold reflecting sunlight like fire from heaven, a place built to houses. Very presence of God. Solomon's template began with King David. Woe longed to build a house for God, but the machine given to his son Solomon, the chosen place Mount Moriah, where Abraham's prepared to sacrifice his son Uzaka, place marked by divine encounters. But the construction was unlike any other stone blocks, carved and prepared far from the Sateno sound of Hamerno. Sound of Chazelle was heard on the holy ground. How was this possible? Cedars from Lebanon shipped from distant lands, gold-covered wall sheening with celestial brilliance, and at the heart of the Templeth, Holy of Holies, where the Ark of the Covenant rested, symbol of God's physical presence in earthen. The day of dedication, Salon predant fire from heaven consigned the sacrificed. Glory of God filled the Templian. Undeniable synethod, God accepted this house. He is his dwelling place on earth. Boat. What happened to this magnificent structure? Destroyed be the Babylonian sand, its sacred slosto timer, where they now ravel with Mito ancient Babylonia, kingdom of unparalleled wealth and terrifying power. At its center stood a structure so vast, so tall that it reached toward the heaventh tower of Babel. Built by Menwo, sought to make a name for themselves as then defy the Creator. Brick by brick the rose higher and higher. But God came down and with a single divine at confused their language, cattering them across the earth. A myth or ancient history thought still echoes in our world today. Archaeologists have long searched for traces of this legendary towering the ruins of ancient Babylon. found Samathinga a massive structure with a square basoned layers that spiraled up. Ancient ziggurat, called Etemenanki, the house of the foundation of heaven and earth. Its remains lie buried beneath the sands of Iraklis, this Tower of Babel. And if so he was mankind, so desperado reached the heavens. Were they only building with stone here, trying to unlock a forbidden knowledge hidden since the beginning of time? But now prepare yourself, Akis. What comes next will challenge everything. Thought you knew a structure so mysterious that, even speaking of its rights, fear and awe with the Ark of the Covenant, not a building but a divine artifact, crafted with golden power beyond comprehension, it rested in the Holy of Holies, Solomon's temple. But one date vanishident, for centurias the world has searched for it because the Ark was not just a sacred chest, it was the throne of God. On earth a portal between heaven and Manut's lid called the mercy seat was overshadowed by two golden cherubim whose wings touch a dand between themth glory of God, would descend. But when the Babylonians destroyed the templeth, Ark was gonded, they take it. Was it hidden, or did something far more mysterious happen? Some believe the Ark was smuggled out of Jerusalem, the priests taken to a secret chamber deep beneath the city. Others claim it was carried down to Ethiopia, where the ancient church of St. Mary of Zion guards a sacred relic thought no one is allowed to see on Thenthor, or whispers that the Ark was never made by human hands, but was for good in the heavens and returnito, where it came from. But here is the most chilling truth in the book of Revelation. The seized Ark of the Covenant opering in the heavenly templine, the end time sif the Arkus, no longer on earth cooled, it thought it was never meant to stay here at all. And now you must ask yourself, for these ancient constructionsly physical wonders, or were the gateways between worlds, signs lift, behind be divine hands that still speak to those who have eyes to see and ears to heart arked towered walls of Jericho, Temple of Solomon and Noah's Ark 5, construction shad, defy see. Historian point to something greater than this world, but the question is, you read I do see. Because ensu do you will never look at the world same way, eguitius. Construction, sir, never meant to be understood by the minds of men. What if our markers left by ancient bangs woe, walked with God before the world? Forget them. The watchers, Nephilim angels who descended from heaven and taught mankin forbidden knowledge. Could it be that these structures are not just remnants of ancient civilizations, but evidence of a war between heaven and earth, a war that continues to this day? Let's go back to the Ark of Noah. Know the story, but few understand the true reason for. The Phlogenesis tells you that in the days of Noah, sons of God ascended to earth and took human women as wives. The earth defiled the earth and filled it with violence, not to destroy mankind, was to cleanse the earth off these beings and their dark knowledge. Bet Noah's chosen best. He was pure in his generations, not just righteous in his heart, bet untainted be the blood of fallen Angelus Arquus, not only a vessel to save life, it was a genetic preservation of pure humanity, a world that had become something else. And now look again at the Tower of Babel. What were they really trying to do? It wasn't about building a tall structure, they said. Let us build a tower thought reaches the heavens and make a name for ourselves. What was this name? In ancient Hebrew, a name was more than a titillite, was power, it was identifier. Weren't building a tower to touch the clouds, they were trying to open a gate, the divine realm of portalto, the heaven susing. Ancient knowledge thought was never meant for mankind, and God came down to stop them on the walls of Jericho. Why did God command silence for 6 days? Why did sound bring the walls down? Because this was not a physical battle, it was a spiritual one. The city of Jericho is filled with Canaanite Johnsty, the sound of the trumpets and the shout of faith shattered the very foundation of the ancient evil that ruled Jericho's walls did not fall because of sound waves. The fell because the spiritual dimension that protected them was torn apart by divine power in Solomon's temple built with stones carved in silence and wood from the cedars of Lebanon, because every material held a frequency, a resonance that allowed heaven to touch earth. Holy of Holies, where the Ark rested, was more than a sacred chamber, it was a conduit to throne where the presence of God physically manifested. But when the temple was destroyed, Ark vanishetsum say it was hidden authorcy. It was taken by angels back to heaven. But what if Ark never truly disappeared? what Ifit was hidden in plain sight. The Bible tells you, in the end times Ark will appear again. The heavenly temple, what does that mean? Could it bet that the Ark was never an object bet, a celestial technology far beyond human understanding? A technologic could open dimension sand, bring Hevento Earth, now prepare. Yorsal Fikez, we've reished the final revelation Thorasoni, final construction mentioned in the Bible that. No one dares to speak Opha structureso, ancient so mysterious that it existed bore the flood great pyramid of Gizasi Bible, never calls it by name but it does hint at Iton, Isaiah 19:19. It says, in that day there will be an altar to the Lord in the midst of Egypt. A pillar at its border, a structure built with mathematical precision, knowledged perfectly with the stars containing the dimensions of Earth's speed of lightened, the exact location of true Northwo built it, and why ancient texts revealed that before the flood watchers. Fallen angels thought, mankind forbidden. No lodge Hodemeth the secrets of the star's great pyramid was not a tomb, it was a power. Sorcia Gatewaito, the Heavensa structure built with knowledge from beings who walked with God, before they fell, and when the flood Kamithi pyramid remained as a silent witness of a world that was Erasedno, understanthasi, were not just ancient structures, were messages portaled warnings left by divine beings and corrupted Jonswo once ruled. This, Earth Ark of Noth Tower of Baboth Walls of Jericho, Temple of Solomonth, Ark of the Covenant Hand. The Great Pyramid 6 ancient construction set. Divine story of battle between heaven and the fallen, but here's the truth. Story is not over Bezeth final construction is, yet to be revealeth new, Jerusalem a city that will descend from heaven at the end of Dasno you've seen. The question remains in the final construction of Perswell, you be redito, enter it.